Hey guys, this is Fruitful Investment Strategies. My name is Kalambai again, and if you have not followed us before, please make sure that you follow this video up to the end. Now, we have seen political rallies, how they've been going, how things have been unfolding when it comes to Zelensky and Trump. We have seen how these things has been really flowing through. We have seen how actually Trump want to end the war. You tell me, you let me know, is that the best way actually to end this war? The war which actually started in Ukraine. And then now Trump want to cut the aid because remember that Ukraine is very dependent on the aid that America gives it in order to sustain, to keep it going. America pays for anything. The government, it pays for the weapons, it pays for uniforms, it pays for, literally everything. Every business that is going on in Ukraine right now is actually because of the American money, tax-paid money, which is actually keeping that war going on. And not only keeping the war going on, but also keeping Ukraine on its feet because it's very important. Without America, Ukraine would have not been where it is now. Now, with Trump, with the new office, Trump has decided that they have to cut the aid, which is really putting Ukraine at risk because if Ukraine does not have the aid that they need to actually sustain themselves, then we have actually Russia winning because Russia is a military machine that surpasses all these powers. We can talk about the United States, how strong it is, but Russia has really one of the most advanced militaries, weapons that the world has ever seen. So they have the Kinjal, they have Satan II, all those weapons of mass destruction. They can just literally wipe out the world. And that's what they're doing. They're actually prospering in that technology and doing things much more faster. Now, seeing that actually America is coming and America wants peace and is kind of pushing Ukraine to actually toward that peace, do you think that is the best way to go? Because now, literally, I don't think things should happen that way. Because now what we see is that Ukraine is being left out. And when Ukraine is being left out, the European allies are being also left out because these are the people who have been really pushing out for war. And we can see Europe is much more aligned with the Democratic or the Democratic Party. And once the Democratic Party is not there, Europe seems to actually to be out of balance because the Republican Party does not speak the same language as the European leaders. And now there is an agency in Europe. There is such an agency that Europe does not know what to do because the power that Europe has is mostly dependent on the American weaponry and the American defense system because you have NATO. NATO is actually 70% American and it's really funded by Americans. And that is really a problem because America is funding the protection of these countries and funding these countries to actually stand against what we can say a bully. But this bully is actually growing stronger and he's not joking. Russia is not joking. It's about serious business. So what do you think will happen? I'll tell you what will happen. First of all, what we'll see is that Zelensky will have to actually step down as a leader. Zelensky is going to step down as a leader because now America has cut the funding. And the only way that they're going to have this funding back is actually by Zelensky himself. Zelensky himself has to step down. He has to step down as a leader. He has to give up his power and he has to let somebody else come in. That's what we're going to see. That's what is going to happen in the next few weeks. Now, after that, Zelensky have stepped down. Europe will start, they will start really running into corridors, because you have countries that really cannot stand up to Russia, and the defense system of Europe, they cannot sit down and they cannot speak to America as one person, because Europe is kind of a divided, a divided empire. Now, my guess is, this might not be true. My guess is they'll give their power, the European countries, 10 European countries will come and give their power to the Pope, in one sense or the other. Why be the Pope? Because the Vatican has the most of the money that America need, and America is in debt. America is in debt. America has a lot of debt that it needs to be paid for, and the Vatican is going to buy the debt of the Vatican. So how that will happen is that these Jewish Wall Street guys, they will actually come into collision, and they will try to work with the Vatican to actually work together and provide a sort of finance security, because now America is sanctioning everybody. You can see sanctions coming from everywhere, but with sanction it comes cost, and that debt is actually increasing. And when the debt level increases, it will reach at a certain level where it will be threatening. And then you have the Vatican coming in, because the Catholic Church is already ruling through, J.D. Vance and all these Catholic people. The church and the state have become again one. And then you have the church coming in and buying debt. And then you have the church owning most of the investments in the United States. That becomes a crisis, and that becomes a danger for the economy of the United States. And then you have the Jews, who actually have most part of the economy in the United States. They will lose their power. And after losing their power to the Vatican, then the Vatican has most of the say. And then you have these European countries coming in and having a protection, kind of a cover by the United States. But that will just be for a very short period of time. And that's why you see the destruction of America. So America is trying actually to have peace. It's looking for peace. But I think this is really too late. It's really too late for peace, because sudden destruction is coming. Sudden destruction. Remember, sudden destruction is coming. America is looking for peace, but what is waiting for the United States of America and Europe? It's sudden destruction. It's sudden destruction that is coming. And America is really, I don't doubt actually Donald Trump in his way of seeking for peace. He's really genuine, but this is not going to go well. This is going to go very bad for America. This is going to go bad for all these European countries, because Russia, it's not going to give up. Russia is not going to give up. Russia is going to fight anyway. It's going to turn the tide, and then you have the destruction of the entire world. You have the destruction of this world system as we know it, the destruction of the earth. That's my sentiment. Where am I taking this? This is throughout the Bible. If you go and read it, you see these things out. This is really wonderful to see these things happening up. I don't know what you think, but let me know about it down in the comments, and let us have a discussion and share these things. So Zelensky is going to step down. America is going to seek peace, but as it's seeking peace, it will be for a very short period of time. And then there will be a sudden destruction of all these European countries. You have the Vatican, which would have taken the economy before that. The Vatican will be stepping in, and it will be a cover for European countries, because these European countries would have given the power to the Vatican, and the Vatican will be kind of ruling, and America will be a protecting hand. But then Russia will draw out of that, and then there will be a sudden destruction of America. But all this will have a big impact on Israel, because now Russia is going to go toward Israel and to punish Israel. And everybody, every nation on earth, they're going to be against Israel. So this is my prediction. And this is what I take out from what I understand from the Bible. And this is really going to be a harsh one. So the thing is, Is the world prepared for this? Because there'll be a sudden destruction. People will die. People will die. And this, in sake of peace, in the sake of peace, people are doing everything they can. The economy is very developed of the world. But remember, we're going to a really destruction. Trump has vowed to actually bring peace, but that peace will be really a long time before we see again peace, until the Prince of Peace comes in. So my wish is that everything goes well and everybody prospers and everybody becomes lives in peace. But really, I've seen the Norwegian Prime Minister was actually talking about this and how Europe should stand together. You have all these world leaders really standing up and talking about these things, warning and giving up warning and giving, they want to create a European army to protect Europe. But all these things are not going to help. What is going to help? My suggestion is, the only thing that's going to help is that you people, I've never told you this, we should go back to Jesus. It seems as a very sarcastic say, but this is the truth. That's how it's going to go. And, people neglect the Lord now. People just don't want to hear about it. But this is the truth. That's how it's going to go down. So it all depends on you, however you want to go. But that's my say and that's my take on it. So please let me know if you like what I said or if you don't like, and if you have some comments, your thoughts on this and your imaginations on this, and let us have a really fruitful discussion down on the comments. See you on the next one.